Hi, I'm Olivia Ellis, and today I'm going to be answering 3 of the questions that I have chose for this project. And so I'm just gonna get started. I'm gonna explain or tell the questions first. So my first one that I chose was the role of technology and how it's going to be a big part in the sports management in the next 5 years. And then the second one is about how leadership is an important issue in the sports management career path, and how I can best prepare myself for a sports management career. So, for the first question is how technology is changing and how it's going to change in the next 5 years. And I want to start off with saying, according to the text on page 429, that technology has played a major role in the sports industry, and not just like in one country, it's globally, and it's been worth more than $500 billion, and that's just going to keep growing as we go. And so that just shows like the big growth that it has impacted on our world these last couple years, and it's just gonna keep getting bigger, and that number is just gonna keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then digital fan engagement is changing how we experience uh, games with high-speed Wi-Fi's and live videos and like just live feedback. So like many years ago, or I don't know really how many years ago, but like people would have to wait like a day or wait till after the game to get like the player's stats or just all the game stats. But now, like, if you want to go see, if you're in the second quarter of a football game, you want to go see the first quarter stats, just get on your phone, social media will tell you. So like that just shows how fast the internet is working, and that just shows the improvement, and it's just going to keep getting better and better each year. um, Another example with like social media and how it's grown is over the last couple years, you've seen like families or groups of people all around the world. Sorry, excuse me. We've done a fantasy football, like people have done fantasy football leagues, and that's a part of how much social media has grown. It's made a lot of money. People can get together and like choose. What was I gonna say? Oh, chooses different individual players, and that just shows like the fan engagement in each individual player, not just in those teams. So that's another really good fan engagement interactive thing for other people to do, just to be more involved in sports. And then AI has been a huge change for honestly anything in the world, but mainly for sports, talking about what we're talking about right now. And it's allowing to make videos and interactive games. And like, for example, most times when you go to a game or like a big professional game, there's jumbotrons or big screens, and those screens will show like interactive games for fans to play and just make the game more enjoyable for them, because that's what like they get to do something also. So like, for example, there's like those 3 cups, and you put a ball in one, and it like spins around, and people can be like, oh, it's in one, oh, it's in two. And so that just gets the fans more engaged into the game. And then according to Council Forbes, AI can give fan access to win probability and the insights of each player. So like a while ago, you wouldn't be able to know, oh, this team is most likely to win. Like maybe you could see by the record, but like there's not an actual number of how much they should win by. But now there's like, you can see the win probability. Oh, this team has a 20% chance to win. This team is probably going to win 50%, has a 50% chance to win, or this team's going to win by this much, or this team. So like that just delivers like very interactive, informative information for all the fans, and that just gives them more like, oh, I know what's going to happen in this game, or oh, I'm going to bet on this, and betting's just a whole different story. So like that just gives, the AI is just helping the people in the world know what's most likely to happen in those games. So now we're going to move on to the next question, and why leadership is a very important issue in this sports industry, in the sports management route. So leadership, according to the Grand Canyon University, some of the key qualities for this is number one, business knowledge. You need to know you need to know the business side of things. Like, for example, examining marketing concepts, cover topics such as promotions and public relations, sports consumer behavior, and like, you just need to have that knowledge of, oh, I know what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do this business. So that's a big leadership quality. Another leadership quality is communication skills. For me, I feel like this is the most important one. Communicating your ideas in a way that will spark the interest of others and encouraging others to attend your event. So like, you just have to be very communicative. That's like the number one key, I would say. Excuse me, sorry. You need to be communicative with your customers. You need to be communicative with your coworkers, your partnerships, or whoever you are working for. You need to tell them what your ideas are, tell them your thoughts, tell them what you're thinking about this. Those are all the same thing, but like, just explaining to people why you're doing this or how you're doing this, or like just what are the reasons for this, and that will just build a lot of trust in you for the other people, and they'll just trust you. So I think communication skills is just the number one thing. The last key quality is being customer focused. It is very important to make your customers a priority, and which that would lead to them being able to build relationships with you. And if you make your customers happy, they will give you good feedback. They'll give other people good feedback, and that will just help your business so much, and it will just lead to way more success if you have your customers talking good about you, referencing you to people, and just that. I feel like that is also a really big key, because if you have people talking bad about your business and, oh, this one, no, they didn't communicate with me, they didn't work well with us, or whatever, that's just not a good look for your business. So just having customer focused and making them a priority, and just being truthful, or just communicating with them also. So that goes back to the communicating. It's just a really big key quality. And then like, how to develop your leadership skills, I would say just practice active listening to others' concerns and ideas to build trust. That goes back with the communicating. So just taking in other people's ideas and also giving yours, and just building the trust with others is a really big way to help you develop your leadership skills. Set clear goals for yourself and for your team, and just for your business. Set what you want out of this, what you think that would be good for your business, or just whatever. Just set clear goals of where you want to get to in the next couple months, year, or whatever. Just keep setting goals month by month or year by year. Just whenever you reach them, set a new goal, and that will lead you to really good leadership. Because if people see that you're setting goals and you're achieving them, and then you're setting more and achieving those, they're going to want to follow you. And then the last thing is just be transparent. Have an open mindset, and just be as transparent with your customers or with your other workers as you would expect them to be with you. So that's the last one for that. And then my third question is, what would best prepare for your career? And according to the Kansas University, it said, like, just to get hands-on experience, internship positions at the place that you would love to work, and just honestly seeing it for yourself, seeing the people, how they do things, how that business does things. Everyone's going to work differently, but just experiencing it in real life, and just seeing how the job works, and not just trying to learn it over the computer, or just being in a class. Like, you need to go out and see if this is what you really want to do, and just it'll help you for how you could see how someone runs a business, and you could take points of pros and cons, and take, like, if you want to run that, take the pros and be like, okay, this is how I want to do things, and then the cons, be like, okay, I want to make sure I don't want to do those things. So just getting that internship and getting that hands-on experience would be a really big key concept to preparing yourself for this for this career. Also, like attending professional sports conferences can also give students the opportunity to prepare, just seeing what the professionals say about it, giving you feedback. And I think those two things are just the biggest in my opinion, that would best prepare you for a sports management career. And then I also want to talk about how the transgender participation in sports. My opinion on that is that if you're born biologically a male and all of your stuff, like you're a male, you should not be allowed to participate in women's activities or women's sports, just because like the male body forms differently. They have more strengths. They are just built differently, and that's just so unfair to the other women, because there's no possible way they can get to that. And I just believe that, I feel like if you're born a female, you play female sports. If you're born a male, you play male sports. So that's just my opinion on that. But the fact opinion on that, according to the NCAA website, that a trans man student athlete may participate in either a men's or women's team men's or women's team unless they are receiving testosterone. They can only compete on a men's team. So they just have to get tested for that and see. And so that's the fact on that. So overall, I've talked about the role of technology and how it's changed in the past 5 years. And I would just say that AI is just the biggest change, and it's just going to continue to be the biggest change with how much it is improving. And there's some positives about it, there's some negatives about it, but it's really taking over the sports industry and how it's engaging the fans, how it's just showing everyone. And then the leadership, the leadership, why it's an important issue, and just having communication skills, putting your customers first, like being customer focused, having that business knowledge, just really communicating with your customers, your workers, anyone you're working with or for. You need to communicate with them really well and just be a good leader and make people want to follow you, and just building that trust with others is a big key. And then the last thing I talked about was how to best prepare yourself for a sports management career, and that would be for me getting that hands-on experience, going to an internship, or attending meetings with professionals and just getting feedback and just seeing how things work, and taking the pros and cons from things you see, and then taking that into your career on how you want to do your things for your business. So thank you, and that is all.